Andy is a 30-year-old woman who works as a 911 operator at the local police department. Her life is quiet and flat, with no big dreams on the horizon. She still lives at home with her mother, Laura, who works as a speech therapist for military veterans. Day after day, nothing really changes for Andy, until one afternoon when her mother invites her out for lunch to celebrate her 30th birthday. When the day comes, Andy shows up at the restaurant, still in her work uniform. Over lunch, Laura starts talking about Andy's future, reminding her about college, missed deadlines, and the idea that she should not let life just drift by. Andy, on the other hand, is stubbornly attached to her simple life in their small town and has no desire to go anywhere or change anything. The tension at the table quietly builds, especially when a friend of Laura stops by and proudly talks about her own daughter who is studying medicine. Feeling more and more uncomfortable, Andy excuses herself and heads for the bathroom. On the way, she passes a man who looks completely ordinary. A moment later, that same man pulls out a gun and shoots Laura's friend, throwing the entire restaurant into chaos. Instinctively, Laura shields Andy with her body. Seeing Andy's uniform, the gunman assumes she is a police officer and forces her to stand while pointing the gun at her. Laura panics and tries to explain that her daughter only works on the phones and is not a field officer. Instead of calming him down, that information only makes him angrier. He raises the gun as if he is about to shoot, but Laura manages to smack his hand away so the shot misses. The situation gets even worse when the man pulls out a knife and lunges at Laura. Her hand is badly injured in the struggle, yet she manages to wrestle the gun away from him. In a desperate move, she slashes his neck, and the attacker collapses to the floor, dead. And in that moment, everything she knew about her mother changed. This is pieces of her. After the incident, Laura is rushed to the hospital for surgery. While she waits, she sees her own face appear on the news, and people around her start to recognize her as the woman who stopped the shooter. Instead of feeling proud, she seems uneasy with all the sudden attention. Meanwhile, Andy is in the hospital lobby with her stepfather, Gordon. Soon, Detective Wilson arrives and asks for a statement. She shows them footage of Laura killing the attacker and begins pressing for more information about who Laura really is. Andy refuses to say anything. At that moment, Laura comes out of surgery and shuts down the conversation immediately. Once they leave the hospital, Laura suddenly tells Andy that she needs to move out. Andy is shocked and pushes back, confused and hurt by the idea. But Laura is firm. She insists that Andy has to learn to live on her own. That night, news about the restaurant incident is everywhere on national television. In the middle of it all, a mysterious man makes a phone call and mentions that something serious has gone wrong. Andy is still overwhelmed, and Gordon keeps trying to calm Laura, who looks more shaken than she lets on. Later, heavy rain and thunder jolt Andy awake. Feeling uneasy, she decides to pack her things and leave that very night. But when she heads to the garage,